Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to the Minute channel. And today is a special video because we are gonna be celebrating the third year of Persona 5, the regular game. So it was released 3 years ago in Japan already. It's hard to believe because it's already been 3 years. We're getting the new Persona 5 the Royal at the end of this year, so it's crazy. 3 years has already passed and a lot of things have gone through and everything like that. So in order to celebrate this year, last year I did kind of like a look back on the game and whatever. So today I want to talk about 5 of the best things that I saw on Persona 5. And that can be pretty much anything in general because they did a lot of changes, little changes, bigger changes, and that kind of stuff. And today I want to talk about the 5 things that really stuck out to me in general, things that I really enjoyed or liked and that kind of stuff. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And if you want to participate in the comments below, please consider liking and subscribing as well. But if you want to comment, what are your 5 things that you really enjoyed about Persona 5? So let's go ahead and get started with this. And my number 1 is the music. The music was really good, and I thought it was a big jump from Persona 4's music. Now, I don't think the Persona 4 music is bad because I think it's really, really good as well. But I do think that the theme and the tone on Persona 5 really matches well with Persona 5, which it didn't with Persona 4. It was okay, it was good, and it was really well done, but it really didn't match the tone of the game itself. But in Persona 5, I thought it really matched well. A lot of the music is really memorable, and even though it's 100 and something hours, they did a lot of different tracks, and some of them can get old, I can admit that, but some of them don't. Some of them you can really listen to them forever, and they're really good. Like Beneath the Mask, the music you're listening to right now, it is one of my favorite pieces in that song, and it's just really, really good. I've seen a lot of different remixes and lo-fi versions of them and everything. I just really enjoyed that song, so I really like the music a lot. Moving on to number 2, that would be the new engine that they use for Persona 5. And it's a weird thing to mention on one of these lists, but let's be frank, Persona 5 was a huge step up from Persona 4. If you even look at Persona 4 Golden, there's really no comparison. There really was a lot of improvement on it, and I love that. I think that it did such a good job with pretty much everything on it. The character models look really good, everything around them in 3D. What I like about this particular engine is that they were able to mix the 3D and the 2D cutscenes and a lot of the stuff that is happening and everything. It feels really well done. I don't know, I know it's weird to say the engine itself, but the engine can lend itself to future games that could potentially be better because of the engine. Persona 6 or another Catherine game or whatever, whatever they do later on down the road. There are another game that they are working on which is probably going to use the same engine, that is RE Fantasy. So there's all these games that in the future will come out, and because of the engine is so well done and it's very interesting for the style they're going for, I can really appreciate that. So very, very happy they decided to make this new engine. So number 3 is the animation. Now the animation is something that I will always comment on because the first time that I saw Persona 3, one of the things that really got me was the beginning animation for it. There was a huge battle. This was for Persona 3 FES, and there was this huge battle, and everything looked cool, and everything looked really good animated wise. I thought it was a good animation, but when you go and play the actual game, the animation is not good. There are a lot of things that the animation is really left behind besides the actual gameplay and kind of stuff. But looking at Persona 5, I think that there was a huge improvement on the way they did animation, and it was really good on Persona 4 Golden too. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't, because it was really good. They revamped a whole lot of stuff, but the animation in Persona 5, again, I think I mentioned this earlier, because of the new engine, they were able to kind of merge them together, and whenever they move from 3D to 2D. It's a really smooth animation. All the stuff that it looks so beautiful. That beginning animation when Joker and his friends are going to the casino scene and all kind of stuff like that is so good looking. The studio that they chose for the animation for this Persona 5 was the studio IG, Production IG. You guys definitely might know of this studio because they make a lot of different anime. They made Psycho-Pass, they made XX-Holic, they made Haikyuu, which is the volleyball game, Attack on Titan. So there's a lot of good anime or famous anime that they worked on, and to have the level of production onto something like a video game, you don't really see it often. You see it sometimes, but you don't see it all the time. Again, animation cutscenes were really well made, and I really appreciated that for what they were. Can they be better? Yeah, definitely. There's always room for improvement when it comes to that kind of stuff like that, but I think they did a pretty good job. Moving at number 4, that is the new style of confidence they did. In previous games, the confidence were the how do you say it? The confidence were basically the social links. You just hang out with the social link improves, and that's it. There's no reward to it, there's nothing to it. You're doing it so you can improve on your actual things on the Velvet Room. However, on the new Persona 5, the confidence were completely revamped. They give you certain perks depending on which confidence you improve. You know, things like being able to go out at night earlier, or new strategies when you are negotiating with the different demons, or when you are in battle, you can trade in characters, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of different perks and improvements from hanging out with social links, now confidants. And I think that was one of the biggest and best improvements in the series, because not only do you have the perk of, yeah, I want to hang out with this person because I want to get to know them more, but also because I want to improve my stats so I can hang out with them more. And it was just a better way to make the social links. They really improved that in such a length that from now on I want all of the games to be like that. Even if they remake Persona 3 and 4, I want them to have that in there because it just makes more sense. Now, I don't like the word confident at all. I think it's an okay. I think social link is a much better way to put it because it makes sense. But within the world of Persona 5, with the thieves and spies and so on, whatever, it makes sense to be confident because it sounds better for the theme of it. So I don't like the word, but I like what they did with it. I think it was pretty good. And at my number 5 is the beautiful, glorious UI that they use for this game. All the menus, all the level ups, all of the stuff that you see throughout the entirety of the game is fantastic. It's beautiful, it looks amazing, and I just so much enjoy pretty much everything. Every time that you go somewhere to a shop, whether it's going to buy new guns or new medicine, or just going through the train and looking at that animation cutscene that it shows every time that you go somewhere, when you're in battle, just that UI that is showing, it's just so beautiful. There's so many stuff that went into this thoughts of the UI, and I think it's commendable to say one of the biggest things that I liked in Persona 5 was the UI. And even though it's a number 5, I do think that was one of the things that really improved on Persona at all. I think that for now on, every Persona game needs to look like that, or even better, improve from it, because there was a certain style to it and it matched well with everything else. I think that the biggest thing is if you have an impressive UI but it doesn't match with the tone, it doesn't matter. But in this particular case, it really matched well with the tone, with the colors, with the theme and style of the actual game and everything like that. What they were going for, the rebellion and that kind of stuff, that shows in the gameplay itself, that shows in the UI, and it's good because it matches well with everything else. And I think that's what all of these things have in common. All 5 of these things is they were perfectly able to assimilate each other, because it matched so well with the tone, the story, the style of the actual game. and I think that's one of the biggest things about all of these things in general. Anyway, that is pretty much it for my video here today, just celebrating Persona 5. What are some of your favorite things about Persona 5? That can be favorite moments or favorite just improvements from other Persona games. I always look at Persona, the next Persona game, as what did they improve from the previous one, but also what do they have for themselves unique to each other. And I think that Persona 5 was pretty unique on a sense because it had new stuff that the other Persona games didn't have, but they also did just such a well job with the story itself and everything. But that is pretty much it for today, guys. There was a lot of other stuff that I wanted to put in here, like demon negotiation that came back and that kind of stuff, but I didn't have enough time. I just wanted to do 5 things for today. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as I am desperately new on YouTube. I think I'm almost about to hit my 1 year anniversary soon, but that is pretty much it for today, guys. I'll see you next time.